you know, they use that word schmo in the business, that's considered a schmo. He's one of my close friends, and we just went to the Olympia together. Like we hang out. He's never like been inappropriate with me. So I don't, I see where the bad connotation can come forth, but listen, no matter what class you're in, from bikini to women's bodybuilding, we are literally in next to no clothing on stage in a beauty pageant. Of course, it's going to draw some eyes. It's going to draw some sexualizations, but we're literally in no clothes, tanned, oiled up, flexing. I get the sex appeal to that. So we are going to get it. It's just how you handle it at the end of the day.
Yeah. And yeah, it's a lot to it. Like, ladies you work with, because you do expedition. I know a while back when I was doing an interview with a lady we talked about earlier, Daphne, she told me that, she was doing, I think she was getting ready to do a show that year when she was going to exercise with you. I found this picture, and this is like, yeah. Yeah.
Those are some good memories right there.
I mean, Daphne, both of y'all beautiful ladies. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all just sexy. I would say that. I'm a man.
I will take that compliment. That is totally fine. I will take that compliment.
Yeah.
It's funny because George, I literally just stopped talking. I'm on a dating app, and he stopped talking to me because we FaceTime, and he saw my arms, and he's like, "Your arms are too big for me. I can't handle that."
What
you say, Willie?
I'd be happy if I could get a woman. See, I live in a very small town, and I'm related half the people in the town. I don't have two choices. Even if I go to I live like 2 miles from South Carolina. Even if I go to the next town over, I have people that might be related to that town. I remember, this is a true story. I was at a club, meeting my homeboy. I was talking to this girl, and we were talking, just chatting, just say, "Hey, how you doing?" So, and I said my name. Say, "Oh, your name sounds familiar." I said, "Oh yeah, you know my granddaddy? Who's your granddaddy?" "Oh yeah. Oh, that was my great uncle."
No way.
my great uncle Hardy, he had 20 head of kids. I mean, he had
20,
three wives, 2 girlfriends.
That man was busy.
I can't remember. Yeah, I know people who were married for a long time had 10, 15 kids. That's for farming. But yeah, I mean, it's just like, guys gotta understand, you're a woman. You're a beautiful woman. And you need to recognize, don't look at the aspects of your muscle and your body. Look at aspects of you as a woman. And there's a lot of ladies like you who I know who have interviews, who are married, who have kids, who found love. It takes time. You have to, also as a man, you be comfortable with yourself. You got to be comfortable as you, as a person. You got my man here, Warrior 2000, says, "Hey, Tina."
Hi, Warrior.
Little Titan.
Yeah, I love it.
And also he says, "Are you planning to compete in an upcoming show this year or taking the break off?" So what's the plan for 2024?
I wanted to compete. I wanted to do New York Pro again. But since the ICU, unfortunately, they gave me a medication that caused some complications that I'm still dealing with health-wise. We haven't been able to start an off season because of these health complications that I'm having, but I am almost done with my treatment plan. I have not lifted in almost 3 weeks, and it's driving me insane, but it's part of this treatment plan. So I'm totally for it because I know, like, deep down, it'll just make me better. So I have about 4 weeks left of this, and then I am good to go. We are going to start instituting food again. So this year I will not. I'm focusing on some of my other aspirations that I have, and then building the muscle, because there's 2 specific body parts that I really want to improve upon before I even venture on stage. I'm not one of those people that's going to be a serial show doer and never improve. I take what the judges say to me very seriously. And I have a vision for my own body, even outside of what their desires are. And I know that I'm going to need to put on mass to do so. So the next year, 2025, I'm going to step on stage, probably do New York Pro again. And our goal, I hired Camp Jensen, who's, in my opinion, the best in the business. You get what you pay for. And this team is just absolutely remarkable in so many ways. And so next year, I plan on doing New York Pro with them. Our goal is to place top 5 in 3 shows. And I have every bit of confidence in them and myself to be able to do so.
Well, lucky you just getting skits off. You know who is doing New York again.
I just saw.
Yeah, and and I'm like this. I understand you want to be competitive, but you were Miss Olympia last year. You are top 3 competitor for this season. Sit your behind down.
I completely agree with you. You're saying it's so on point, George.
She's doing Pittsburgh, she's doing New York, and I believe she might do one more show. She just did a show. I mean, I understand you want it
I
because
have the same thought process on
yeah.
this. You're just trying to get trophies. Like, it's not fair because now you have to place first in your division. You don't have a point standing anymore. So it's taking away opportunities. Like, why wouldn't you want competition? Why wouldn't you want to fight against the best? You win a show, okay, or you're qualified. Like, if you want to do a show, even if you're qualified, I get it, because it's important to step on stage, get feedback, all that stuff, get in the groove. But when you're doing serial shows, to me, it's poor sportsmanship. 1,000%. I do not agree with it.
Well, some people say it's about being competitive and also being active. But at the same time, even though with your divisions, there's more divisions for women's physique and women's bodybuilding. This year, supposed to be a little more shows. There's like a little under 10 right now. I mean,
that's not that many.
Yeah, and it's tough because I just posted on Instagram when one guy's out there. He's trying to get some donations for an upcoming show. I mean, I talk about this. I'm gonna talk about this on my next Muscle Talk because this is your interview. This is your time. But I just feel like I think it wasn't a fan too much physique. I call it watered down women's bodybuilding. But doing interviews and talking to you ladies, I have a lot of respect for y'all. It takes a lot of work. This is from my man Michael Boyce. He says, love these chats. Thank you, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Also, he says, and those biceps, big, beautiful, and gorgeous. Yeah, you go,
Thank
Mike.
you.
There you go, Mike. That's what they want to see. That's what you're supposed to want to see. That's what you get. Now you can put away your lotion and your Kleenex, okay? So, and also, this is from a man, Lawrence, out to Lawrence. He says, me too. I love women regardless shape or size. I date a muscular woman like Miss Tina. Yeah, who wouldn't? He's
so good.
He's
Lawrence
fine.
He's such a good guy.
He's dude. And my man Lawrence says, my man Mike says, you see? Oh, yeah, I see. And also, this is from my man Raheem. He says, Tina is Tina Titan. Why are you so fine? Wow. I mean, yeah, I'm telling you.
He's always been really nice to me too, Raheem.
Yeah, Raheem's a pretty good dude. He been on my live streams a couple of times. He has a great insight. Sometimes you might not agree on some things, but I respect his insight. And also, this is from man Mike. Michael says,
the bigger the better.
Yeah, the bigger the better.
I agree.
That's what he said. Sorry. So yeah, and it's good to take this time off because you know what? It's important. Like it's important for the body to heal. If the mind's not right, the body's not going to follow it. Right. And that's your health is more important. I know one time, ladies, sometimes they tell me, George. So one time, this lady I was really friendly with, we just sat and talked about an hour about stuff on the phone. Just sometimes, just so she can get some off her chest. Sometimes it's just you need that help. And it's good that you have friends and family to support you. What was that time like when you got into sport? Like, what was your family thought when you decided, hey, I want to be a bodybuilder after you used to be a track competitor?
So I don't have parents. They're not in my life. My grandparents really raised me. My mother didn't want me because of my disease, and my father's always been like in and out. He's not a bad person. He looks at me and is like, I had a daughter, not a son. Got you. He's not a fan of how I look or any of that. So it's his decision. I have nothing against him. So I didn't really have that backlash from family members because I really don't have anyone. My grandparents, they were a little bit, because we're showing our bodies on stage and, it was a little bit foreign to them. But my grandmother did come to one of my shows. She promised me she would, and she was a ball of life. I'm about to fly to Jersey to surprise her too for her 90th birthday. I'm so excited. So the more of the backlash that I got was actually from my friends. A lot of people just didn't understand why I wanted to put on more muscle and, you're going to turn manly. And they just had this misconception because to this day, I don't really hang out with bodybuilders. Most of my core people, they go to the gym, but they're not bodybuilders. And I just gravitate toward people outside of the industry. And so the backlash originally came from those type of people because they don't understand it. Not that they disagree with it, but it was just negativity in the sense of not understanding it and being naive to it. And once they saw how dedicated I've been over these past, years and years, I think it just became more, this is who Christina is and we accept it. So the most backlash that I've gotten honestly has been from, like strangers. Like you'll go out somewhere and people